Hey, Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise, glory, and honor to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles, better known as the Great Millstone. Shalom and blessings to the elect, to the 1/3 and the 144,000, as well as our fellow brothers laboring in this truth, the water. Death to 2/3 and all the wicked. I want to share this video, and then we'll get into some scriptures. It's only 35 seconds.
This is DARPA's Exacto bullet. It's able to change its flight path mid-air to hit a target. Essentially what they've done is they've added an optical sensor in the tip of the bullet and fins on the back of it. This footage of the Exacto bullet is being fired by an expert sniper, and as you can see, the bullet changes midway just to hit its target. This next set of footage is from an untrained first-time user of a sniper, and as you can see, they still managed to hit that moving target just like an expert. While it's a really cool piece of technology, it still has a long way to go in research and development before it can be used by our military efficiently.
So, why did we see that? And the answer is because Esau's blessing is the sword, which he got from his time as Cain. Okay, so let's look up Cain real quick. So everyone should be familiar with the story of Cain. Now, this is just the beginning of it. This is Genesis 4:24. We'll start at verse 23. And Lamech said unto his wives, Ada and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech, hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged 70-fold, truly Lamech 70 and 7-fold. And this is just the beginning to lay the groundwork that, look, whenever a so-called white person gets hurt, killed, right, attacked, it's all hands on deck to get this other person back and to kill him. Look how they responded with the whole Bin Laden thing, right? Oh, they blamed it on him, and they went to the ends of the earth to find him, type of thing. Okay, now let's get Edom really quick. Let me just double check. Okay. Esau, okay. So you should be familiar with the story of Jacob and Esau. Okay. And you know that he sold his birthright and never told his parents that he sold it, right? Because he wasn't going to uphold his agreement. And he lied to his brother, which is what Edomites do. Okay. And so he lost the birthright as he was supposed to because he sold it. He cried. All right. And this is what he said, just as Cain and Abel. This is Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah. And she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. Now therefore, my son, obey my voice, and arise. Flee thou to Laban my brother to Haran, and tarry with him a few days until thy brother's fury turn away. And so that's just in the nature of Edom, right? Now, their blessing is in the sword, okay? Their blessing is in the sword. And this is what Isaac, okay, Genesis 27, and we'll start at 38. And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. You see? So the so-called white man has the dominion, right? So he broke the yoke off of the neck. He was living outside of, uh, he's not under the rulership of Israel. Okay, Israel's lost their power, our place. Okay, the Negro, Latino, North American Indian people are very downtrodden right now. But you notice his blessing is the sword. He got blessed with the sword. Okay. um, it's like, where was that? Right, and by thy sword shalt thou live. So the sword, the modern day sword, is the projectile, the firearm, and everyone knows the so-called white man. He's expert. You know, with his guns. He's very into it. I don't know about you other states out there, but out here in Washington State, when you work with these people, all they do is talk about hunting and guns. My 30-aught. Oh, I just got a new scope for this, and oh yeah, men of the field, hunters, in love with their guns. Have so many for no reason. They just got guns. Okay. So this let's see, glittering spear. Talking about the missiles. But you saw how that bullet looked, right? And that's how the bullets look. Um, this is Nahum 3 and 3. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear. And there is a multitude of slain and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, America, the mistress of witchcrafts, because everyone follows after America's vibration, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, okay, taking people, families, right, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. See, so this bright sword and the glittering spear, that's the missiles. But as we saw with this, right?
This is DARPA's exact mid-air to hit a target.
See?
Essentially what they've done is they've added an way to go in research and development before...
That's that glittering spear. ICBM missiles is just a larger scale of that. So the so-called white man, his blessing has been given to him to be the sword so that he can stay at war with people. But through this is going to be his downfall. His strength is his weakness. Okay? As much as he wants to control his blessing, and he fully utilizes it. Okay, he fully utilizes his blessing. You should look into the rail guns. So supposedly they discontinued that project, but it was basically a bullet that they would fire with electricity, through the power of electricity, and it would reach up to Mach 1 or even faster than that. Penetrating walls of steel. Okay, and that's what they were gonna use for like the Navy. Now I don't know if that was deemed too you know inhumane, if which is a weird thing to even say on behalf of this Edomite, but that's where he's at. Okay, so his blessing is the sword. Okay, let's see. There's one more I wanted to try to find. I don't remember where it's at. So like yeah. But the technology, okay, the point being, he's fully utilizing his blessing and his technology. Okay. Um, oh, here's the one, the glittering sword. This is the one I should have pulled up. This is Job 20:25. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. That's the missile coming out of the nuclear silo, out of the gall. Glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. Because when these missiles come and are shot, shot off, there's no turning them around. But the chariots can control them and move them where they need to go. So even though this devil and these other nations, they're gonna fire their missiles, they're gonna be guided, hey, by the chariots, by the angels, to make sure that they hit their intended targets. Now some of those targets may not be the intended targets that are shot off, okay, by Soldier X over here. He's like, okay, Soldier X is gonna blast on America, on Wyoming, but the angel might have another plan. Say, nope, that's gonna go over to that's gonna go over to Washington, or that's gonna go over to California, and they're gonna move it, and it's gonna go there. Okay. Um, okay. This is Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And Edom, the so-called white man, he is the sword that the Most High uses against us. Okay, the wicked, deliver my soul from the wicked. And the wicked nation is Edom, the so-called white man, which is thy sword. So that's the whooping stick the Most High uses to beat us for being disobedient. He's using the so-called white man. Okay, so he is the full embodiment of destruction. Okay, and that's why everything that he does and he touches, it gets destroyed. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Shalom.